Let's listen to this man. He got some good news for you. Hey, man, listen. Hey, everybody, gather near. The doctor's in the house, so lend him your ear. The things he can say might even make your day. He might even help your pain go away. The doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. I'm sure he can tell you just what to do. The doctor is in the house.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the doctor is in the house. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Dr. Ron, unfiltered, uncensored. Today, bringing you episode number 620, where we will discuss what I am calling the silent suicide. And that's how our modern lifestyle is killing us from the inside out. And we'll mention Wi-Fi and seed oils and plastics and medications, how we are self-inflicting disease and killing ourselves. I also, if you stick into the end, I want to share with you a new avenue that I am in. Will start on October 21st. It's going to be called the Real Health Rebellion Radio, and it will be a streaming service on YouTube and X. And then it will be shown on all the other networks like Spotify, wherever you get. It'll be shown both as a video and an audio. So I'll give you more information about that at the end. But let's just cover today's topic and get on with the show of the silent suicide. So I've been talking about medicine as the third leading cause of death and preventative medicine as a way to get you into the system. And, I didn't even get into calcium scans, which some people call a calcium scam, because it just radiates you and really doesn't give you a lot of actionable information. And, I've been pointing fingers at Big Pharma, okay, and how they would love and they do like to get you as a client for life. But, everything starts with us, and the real enemy isn't outside of us. It's the lifestyle that we've accepted as quote unquote normal. The food that we eat, the air that we breathe, from the phone in your hand to the bottle you drink from. We're marinating in toxins, radiation, and lies. So I'm Dr. Ron, and today is Dr. Ron, unfiltered, uncensored, where we will pull the plug on the everyday habits that are quietly ending our human health as we know it. And we call this episode Silent Suicide, how modern life is killing us from the inside out. So let's talk about what I call the perfect storm. So about 100 years ago, the average person was not surrounded by invisible radiation. He did not eat chemically altered fats and didn't drink from plastic bottles. They didn't need 10 medications to function. Polypharmacy, huh? Today, we call this progress. But what it really is a perfect storm of man-made toxicity that our biology was never meant to handle. We've traded simplicity for speed, natural light for blue light, real food for fake food, and don't get me started about the fake meat. Connection for convenience, and our mitochondria, the engines of life. They are paying the price. And as we get more into our streaming program, the Real Health Rebellion Radio, we're going to be talking a lot about mitochondria. So let's talk a little bit about the radiation we can't see. Let's start with it's what surrounds us 24/7. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, cell towers. The human body runs on electricity. The brain, the heart, even the gut communicates through bioelectrical signaling. But what happens when we bathe that system in non-native electromagnetic fields? Well, studies show that electromagnetic fields, EMFs, increase oxidative stress, open calcium channels in cells, suppress melatonin, your body's most powerful antioxidant and sleep hormone. So what do you think you get? Fatigue, insomnia, anxiety, infertility, and exhilarated aging, inflammaging. You can't see it. You can't feel it, but it's everywhere. And just to add to that, our DNA communicates through bioelectric mechanisms. And EMF does interfere with that, as does our microbiome. So simple fixes. I have been telling you this for years. Turn your router off at night. When you're sitting at your computer, use a wired connection when you can. Do not sleep with your phone next to your head. Try to get some grounding every day. Earthing, as it's called. Walk on with your bare feet, touching the earth, not the blacktop, not marble, not tile, but the earth. If you're fortunate and blessed enough to live near sand, near an ocean or a bay, go for some walking with your bare feet, getting those electrons. They're free. You and I are electrical beings. We have to reconnect to the earth. And when you do that, you start to heal. You want some free anti-inflammatory advice? Go walk bare feet and listen to some of my prior podcasts. And we've talked about grounding and grounding mats. I have one under my feet as we speak. And I've had Professor Peskin on this program many times. He was so ahead of his time. It's incredible. He called fish oils toxic way before it started making the headlines. He told me early on that fish oils are antifreeze for cold water fish. So what are seed oils? We talked about them. Canola oil, soybean, corn, safflower. They're all over the grocery stores, the restaurant fryers. They're sold as, where do you get this? Quote unquote, healthy heart. But in truth, my dear friends, they are a slow poison. These oils are high in linoleic acid, which oxidizes easily. And that's what Peskin has said for years. Those cold water fish, when they kind of come up to normal air temperature, the fish oils are already oxidizing. They oxidize inside your body and create lipid peroxides, tiny little chemical fires that damage the membranes of the cells, and just as important, they damage the membranes of the mitochondria. They inflame your arteries, your brain, your liver. They're linked to obesity, insulin resistance, and now even Alzheimer's disease. The biggest food fraud of the last century was demonizing natural fats, demonizing butter, tallow, coconut oil, and replacing them with industrial oils made in chemical factories. The so-called polyunsaturated trans fat oils. So a rule of thumb, if it comes in a clear plastic bottle, it's poison. Pretty easy, right? You don't have to read the label. If it comes in a clear plastic bottle, it's poison. Your options are choosing olive, coconut, or avocado oil. Your cells will thank you, thank you, thank you. What's the new asbestos? A subject that I've brought to your attention over the last year and a half. Now let's talk about the plastic world. Scientists have found microplastic in human blood, lungs, and even the brain. We're literally becoming synthetic. A couple months ago when I did a podcast on plastics, we found out that We eat about a credit card's size amount of plastics every day, and a teaspoon of plastic has been found in our brains. These tiny particles, they are endocrine disruptors. They throw off our hormones. They affect our fertility and our metabolism. They create microinflammation in tissues. They impair oxygen use. They stress here we go again, mitochondria. New studies even show plastic fragments the size of spoon heads. Here I go. I was ahead of myself. Lodged in human brain tissue and arteries. So our addiction to convenience has consequences. Our addiction to convenience has consequences. Bottled water, plastic wrap, synthetic clothing, it all breaks down into microtoxins. I'm going to say that one more time. Our addiction to convenience has consequences. Bottled water, plastic wrap, synthetic clothing, it all breaks down into microtoxins. So, dear friends, protect yourself. Drink from glass or stainless steel. Eat real food, not ultra-processed junk that comes wrapped in plastic. Support your body's detox with fiber, chlorella, zeolite, saunas, hydration, and the hydration has to be from filtered water. Every small step matters, dear friends. Every small step matters. As I've been talking to you about, the United States having the highest rate of mortality among the developed nations. We die younger than all the other developed nations, and we spend the most of any of them. And recently, the Italy and Spain have been popping up in studies. They live like 6 years longer than we do. When I visited family in Spain, there was nothing in their closets in plastic, bags wrapped in plastic. Everything was fresh. I mean, it's not rocket science. So let's go to another area that is killing us from the inside. Medicine is the third killer. So polypharmacy is number 5. Isn't that a cruel twist? We get sick from our environment. We get sick from our diet and our habits, and then we're treated with drugs that add even more burden to the body. Polypharmacy, taking 5 or more meds a day. Now, that's the normal thing now, especially among seniors. But what's the truth? Adverse drug reactions are the third leading cause of death in America. We don't have a healthcare system. We have a disease maintenance system. Clients for life. Chronic inflammation keeps the profit flowing. And as long as people stay tired, overweight, anxious, and dependent, the system wins every time. I recently spoke with a gentleman who has a chronic autoimmune disease called amyloidosis who is retaining water. He told me his doctors are giving him water pills and told him to decrease his salt intake. I said, what's the cause of your swelling? He said he didn't say, he just gave me pills. And that is part of the problem, ladies and gentlemen. Not getting to the root cause of the problem. Is it heart failure? Is it liver? Is it kidney? What is the reason? Is it hormonal? Is it the fact that the patient himself is doing it to himself by taking too many diuretic pills, water pills, and causing that hormonal system to shut down? Getting to the root cause of the problem so you don't have to take medications. So we do have a way of reclaiming our biology, and we can undo this. Your DNA is not broken. Your body is brilliant. It's brilliantly designed. It's designed to heal when given the right environment. And you'll hear my colleague on the new radio show talk about the terrain. The terrain is the environment. So what do you have to do? Well, ladies and gentlemen, please eat real food from the earth, not factories. Drink pure water. We will have many podcasts on how to filter your water, reverse osmosis, and even create the fourth phase of water. Drink pure water. Do not drink water out of the tap. Move and sweat every day. That doesn't mean that you have to go jogging. A fast walk is adequate. Sweating is good for you. That's the one way to get rid of the microplastics is sauna. Sleep in total darkness. That's so important. It's called restorative sleep. Your brain regenerates at night. It detoxes at night. Your brain shrinks down about 60% at night, pushing all the fluid out of itself. That's why in the morning it's important that you drink a big glass of water, replenish that fluid to get the day going. Turn off that Wi-Fi, please, at night. Please turn it off at night. Next, you want to limit your screen time and EMF exposure, as I just talked about. The screen time interferes with your melatonin. You get that blue light. It affects your pineal gland. And in my opinion, it is one of the causes of what we hear today, macular degeneration. And reconnect with nature and your faith. Get grounded again. Have an attitude of gratitude. Be thankful for where you are. Think positive. If you're around people that have a negative, everything they say is negative, you don't want them in your circle. You want like-minded people in your circle. Because the ultimate medicine is not in a pill. It's not in a procedure. It is in returning to the design of life itself. And we don't need a study to tell us what's killing us. We need the courage to change what we already know. So if this episode woke something up in you, please share it with someone you love. Let's stop cooperating in our own destruction. It'll take one meal, one habit, and one breath at a time. And I'm Dr. Ron. And as you know, I do not filter the truth. I amplify it. And I'm even going to go further with the new radio show called The Real Health Rebellion Radio. The show is going to dare to ask forbidden questions and challenge the corrupted system, and it hopefully will ignite a movement of truth seekers, healers, and rebels. The system isn't broken, ladies and gentlemen. It's working exactly as it was designed to profit from illness and suppress alternatives and keep you dependent. It may seem like everybody's living longer, but those last 12 years are full of chronic illnesses and taking lots of drugs. We've been calling it healthcare, but it's really sick care. A $1 trillion industry built on managing symptoms and not solving root causes. So my new podcast is going to be for those who felt the cracks, the one who have asked, why am I still sick? Why wasn't I told about that therapy? Why doesn't my doctor why does he seem more like a salesman than a healer? So don't think you're crazy. You're waking up. So we'll try and bring on this show. Well, first of all, I'm going to bring back a dear friend of mine. And we had a great experience about 5 years ago doing about a year or two of podcasts together. Dr. Jerry Smith, he's going to be Rebel number 2. So Rebel 1 and Rebel 2. And we're going to pull back the curtain for you. And we're going to have guests who've been silenced. We're going to have doctors who walked away from the system to practice real healing. I have one whistleblower already scheduled to expose what's going on behind the scenes. We have some innovators that we're talking to in energy medicine, regenerative therapies, and ancient wisdom. And we're going to be talking to survivors who have reversed diseases. Their doctor says there's nothing more I can do for you. And we'll explore on the real health rebellion radio metabolic roots of disease and why your blood sugar matters more than your cholesterol. And we'll talk about the cholesterol derangement syndrome, why seed oils and sunscreen might be doing you more harm than good. We're going to be talking also metaphysical and spiritual powers, the metaphysical powers of metals, frequencies, and structured water. This is what the movement is going to be about, ladies and gentlemen. And on October 21st, we will bring back a dear friend and a friend of the naturopathic world. He's a Marine. He's a naturopath. He's a physiologist. He's an Orthodox priest and a walking encyclopedia of suppressed healing knowledge. He's lived it. He studied it. He fought for it. I am proud to say he's a friend. Dr. William Wong will share what the military taught him about resilience, what the church taught him about spirit, and what the system tried to bury about healing. It's raw. It's going to be real. It's coming October 21st. And his first topic is going to be obesity by design. He's going to be talking about the food industrial medical complex and the war on metabolic health. We plan on having Dr. Wong as a fairly regular guest on the program. So you're asking, where can I hear it? Well, it's going to be live streamed on YouTube, on the Real Health Rebellion Radio Network, the Real Health Rebellion Radio on YouTube. It will be on X for now on my site, Doc Ron, and then we'll post it on all the sites that take audio visuals like Rumble and BitChute and Spotify, etc. So this is where we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're very excited with what the future holds and a new tone of the Dr. Ron Unfiltered, Uncensored. We're going to be more active and not be afraid of anything. If anything, the assassination of Charlie Kirk gave us a lot of energy to go forward and bring the truth out to people, and don't be afraid. We're not going to be afraid of getting canceled or censored. We'll just keep moving on. But we're going to bring you the truth. And this will be called the Real Health Rebellion Radio. So I really appreciate you. I have an attitude of gratitude for all the listeners we have been able to have. Dr. Ron, Unfiltered, Uncensored, will continue. And we'll bring you medical news you can use, and we will interpret the latest science, because a lot of it is fake. A lot of it is pharmaceutical based. A lot of it is written by ghostwriters. That is, the pharmaceutical companies write the research and get someone from a prestigious university to sign their name on it without even reading it a lot of times. And we're probably going to have a segment, I haven't decided yet, on retraction. There's been over 25,000 medical retractions in the journals. You never hear about them because they don't make the paper. If they do, it's on the last page. So we'll probably have a segment each week about how much is retracted, and maybe a segment, which is published now, of how much doctors make from the pharmaceutical companies. So with that, I do want to leave you on a positive note. Everything is looking good. If you have to take control, you have to be the CEO of your own body. You have to follow Hippocrates, who said, if you are not your own doctor, you are a fool. We really have to take back and maybe take a step backward to remember how we were raised. Of course, I'm in my mid-80s, so I have a little bit different memory, but, it was family-oriented. We took our time to eat, to chew, to realize that this food we were ingesting was for our human bodies to consume and to use. And we have to thank our Creator. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, have a great week, and hopefully we will see you next on Tuesday, October 21st with Dr. Will Wong. And I'll be back next Monday. Have a great day. Ciao.
Hey everybody, Dr. Ron's finished for today. I hope you got some good wisdom for what the man had to say. If it's all about good health, he's the man you got to see. He has a lot more answers for you. So tune in next week when the doctor is in the house. Or when the doctor is in the house. And let the doctor know what's bothering you. When the doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. I'm sure he can tell you just what to do. The doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. When the doctor is in the house.